So in the previous session, we have simply discussed about our roadmap and then basics of web technology. We have seen that one. So coming to our roadmap, we are going to learn UI with Angular. Okay. So for this UI with Angular, did I have any pre-requirements? No. Simply, I need only one commitment. That's it. So commitment in the sense, every day, whatever I'm going to explain, please practice. That's it. Okay. So total duration of our course is the 2 months. So it will cover design and logic. So design in the sense HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Okay, and the logic in the sense of JavaScript and TypeScript. We are going to learn the Angular framework. So next we're starting from tomorrow. Day after we'll start with the direct real-time project, how to design from scratch to advanced level with explain all the concepts. These are under some other discussions we've gone through. Next we have seen about a software development lifecycle. Okay, so this is our software development life cycle. So simply if you take any software component, how it will work, always you require the one database, next you require the middleware, next you require the UI. So without UI you can't able to see anything else. Okay, database, the purpose of the database to store the information or hold the information. What are those? Oracle, SQL, MongoDB, NoSQL. Even though nowadays you are going to say about a cloud also, somewhere in the world, across somewhere in the world, in a physical devices, in a hard disk or the SSD, whatever it is, in the physical devices, information should be stored. If you are anybody from the electronics, right, they know that one, how to store this information in the form of transistor and capacitor. So it will capacitor charge, it will be one, no, it will discharge, it will be zero. Okay, so that is the process, we know that one. Okay, somewhere it will store. Next, why is the UI means whatever the information is there inside of your database. If you want to see UI, can I directly call means we can't able to directly call. If I able to call means everybody will theft this one. Why? Because as a UI, once web browser is loaded, anybody able to see, simply right click, they can able to see your code enter inside of the source file. All your code will be visible. Okay, so to make it as a security, we have the server code. Next, we're having the number of logics. So the logic should not be exposable logic. Okay, if you don't want to show to the outside world, though such a logics we are going to write in a middleware because we can't able to see the middleware logics. So this is the simple architecture we have seen. Next, all these technologies are simply started in the Nuclear Research Center, which is there in the Europe. Okay, who is the person means Tim Berners-Lee. He got an idea, suddenly he got an idea, why can't we having the electronic media already going, that is computer revolution is going the 1980, why can't we transfer the information? Why? Because every day number of research are going on the elements are nothing but we are seeing about periodic table, hydrogen, helium, something. Why can't we maintain that information electronical media that is nothing but in the form of computer, and why can't we transfer? So he take the 10 years time to implement HTML take them 10 years time. Okay, once he implemented, right, later CSS implemented, rank like. Next, if you develop any application, combination of HTML plus CSS, that will be become your static application. If you develop any application by the HTML plus CSS, that will become a static application. For example, Wikipedia. Or else, if I have this website, right, this is static application. HTML, CSS is enough. I don't want any interaction here. Okay, in this case, we can do like this, static. But if I want to make this dynamic in the sense, as a user, I want to interact and give the information. For example, from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to give a labs. Every day you need to post the lab. How to post that lab? As a user, you need to interact. So to posting the lab, interaction means you require scripting that is done by the JavaScript. Okay. So if you say the difference, JavaScript, both was invented by the same person. No? Okay. In both are coming into the version of 1995 in the year. Okay, basically, if we say Java means, sir, before the HTML, we have the web technology. Java is web technology. Java is not for the web technology. There is a company, Sun Microsystem. Hope people know that one. There is a company in the US, Sun Microsystem, Europe. They got a one project like set-top box program. Inside in our home, we're having the TVs like set-top box. So further set-top box, they implement the Java every day. He used it to sweep the Java. The name of the coffee, Java is nothing but name of the coffee. So these are the history we have seen yesterday. Next, We've seen about what is the name of the first web browser, World Wide Web. Second, Mosaic. Next, Netscape. This Netscape, still company is there, Netscape Navigator. Whoever is developed this Mosaic, right? They simply started the Netscape company. Okay, next. We started with our Angular. So that is the basic thing we have seen in a half an hour. Later half an hour, we have seen about our Angular. Okay, so the intention of here want to become an Angular. Do you know already about the hero? So here our hero is going to be Angular. We know that one. No need to mention about the hero introduction. Let us start our movie. Movie will be start from here, because hero will be this guy. Hero will have the tall, has the six pack. No need to discuss anything. Yes, it is already well defined. It is having the structural. It is having the framework oriented. It is having the single page application. It is the test and provable solution by the Google. Testable and proven solution by the Google. Everybody using that one. Okay, no need to see about the statics in the Google somewhere else. So every time we'll have this one. That to 90% .NET frameworks will support the Angular, because Angular is using the TypeScript, correct? So TypeScript is from the Microsoft. That's why all .NET major shareholders of the .NET projects will have in the Angular project support. Python nowadays, for the Python front end, people are using it as a React JS. And Vue.js also came in, Cando.js also came in. Only syntax sugar coated difference. Why? Because all are syntactical changes only. Why? Because if you say this is web browser, this web browser will understand HTML, CSS to make it as a styles, and then JavaScript. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Other than this one, web browser nothing understand. Sir, you are going to use this word TypeScript. TypeScript is not a JavaScript, right? How it will understand? I have the question. Yes. So to make it is browser understandable, we need the compiler, we need the converter. Here, Node.js already introduced before the 2014 itself. Node.js will convert to your SCSS file to CSS file, your TypeScript file to JavaScript file. Okay. So TypeScript already came in the 1997 itself. For the .NET project, they are already using that one. So what is the difference between the JavaScript TypeScript? There is no difference. Don't say the difference, because JavaScript is the parent. All remaining scripts are the childs. JavaScript is the parent. All remaining scripts are the childs. But JavaScript is a dynamically typed programming language. For example, if you take the .NET to Java, guys are here. They having the, if you represent the number, integer. If you want to string, string. Yes or true or no? Yes or no? True or false? You are having the boolean. But in a JavaScript, you don't have the specific data type. All are var. Sir, var only let is there. Yes, let is there. We'll discuss that var and let later. Okay. Next, JavaScript does not support the oops concept. Why? Because they made this one as a dynamic, sir. Why not that one? But see, nowadays you are having the 4 GB memory, 4 GB RAM, okay, 1 terabyte like this. Just to go beyond the 10 years back, at that time, do you have the such a specifications for our computer? No, it is in the form of MBs also initially. So here the person, Tim Berners-Lee, he implemented HTML. Okay, whoever is implemented JavaScript, right? He informed him like, simply don't like, it should not be like a Java, simply like a dynamic scripting language. Okay, we'll see that a dynamic how we are going to write scripting language. Okay, next, TypeScript will support the oops concept. So where whoever is familiar with the oops concepts, oops are in the sense class. Okay, next object creation, all things. We'll see that one oops concept. Okay, because of these two advantages, it was a little easy when compared to the JavaScript. TypeScript. But the TypeScript is a sugar-coated syntax which is developed by the Microsoft on the top of JavaScript. Simply sugar-coated syntax. That's it. Okay. Next. So once Angular is coming to the world, right? The way of handling the applications are changed. How it is earlier, if you see in here, if you have the database, if you have the UI is nothing but a HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but middleware. Once this Angular is coming to the picture, right? Backend is become the web API. No need to invest the external libraries, third-party libraries. Why? Because if you want to perform some third-party library to consume, it will be payable sometime. Okay, client don't want to burden anything. Next, client don't want to burden on the server. Simply UI will be there, backend will be there. There is the only one middleware. But what will be the security? But still banking oriented project, few healthcare domain project, still having the logics on the inside of web API itself. Okay, but but as an industry, we have the different ERP project, retail project, number of different kinds of project are there. So all these are migrated simply into the UI with any one technology, any one framework or the library. Angular is the framework, React is the library. So there is a two differences are there, few differences. The difference are if you're going with Angular, you have the structure. Angular follows the MVC architecture. MVC, model, view, component architecture. Whereas in a Reactor, it is not followed. But my intention is not it is not followed. But they developed, Facebook developed React like that only. But Google developed such a nice framework, Angular, with a MVC architecture. MVC is the famous, sir. MVC only for this one, MVC only for .NET. No, MVC already invented before 1980. MV is the one of the structure. That's it. Okay, so the structure was implementing. For example, somebody will say how to get a money. Follow this one. Did he follow? No. He has got a sudden idea. If anybody follow like this, then easy to get the money. YouTube videos we are going to see. Same like that one. They will use this MVC structure. This MVC is the web technological structure. So anybody can able to follow. .NET Microsoft followed in the 1996, 1998. They implemented the MVC in the 2000 later. Okay, so like this. So once this Angular is after 2014 came, simply it is a web API, database, UI will be the Angular. Next, sir, how to going to install all these Angulars, right? Hope here I have already sent that link. Here you can able to see the material, course content. Next, installation steps also. Angular setup installation step. Here itself, same link which is shared right now. If anybody wants, ping me. I will send you in the WhatsApp. Okay, use this one. Okay, simply follow these steps. Okay, next, this is for the framework setup, Node.js and npm. Npm is for the node package manager. This is also for the only for the node. Once that is done, simply install npm install Angular. So this is a npm is the command, it will install the Angular, but you require the internet to that, a little fast internet, otherwise it will take the half an hour like that. That is not a problem. But if you want to install, you need to be connect to the internet. Actually, these commands are not a new commands. Earlier in the Linux, if you want to open any website, we need to follow the commands itself. Okay, simply these commands are from the earlier itself. Okay, simply follow this one. Next, install Visual Studio. Simply go to the Visual Studio, install Visual Studio code, type in a Chrome. You can able to find the exe. Simply right click, install. That's it. Okay, so as we discussed earlier in the session, right? So we'll see this architecture, how to call this web API in Angular. Okay. Okay, for in this today's demonstration, we'll see that one. From tomorrow onwards, we'll start our regular sessions. So from the basics to scratch, we'll start it. But today itself, it will be start. So how to create a project? Okay, what is the command to create a project? First and foremost, you need to select a one folder. Okay, let me select any folder. HTML trainings. Okay, batch Angular. Project batch 11. Yesterday we created that. How to create this one? Simply create a Angular project. That's it. See here, cursor down. Where we need to cursor down? Address bar. Type cmd. Cmd is the command based. So whatever you can able to do. Next, so if you want to generate Angular project also, you need to connect to the internet. Okay, why? Because once you install this Node.js, right? If you want to create this project using the ng new, it will connect it to your internet. Please be on that one, because they will download some third-party libraries. Next, how to create a project? Ng new and then project name. Please don't give any spaces or a space a. If you press enter, it will throw error. Some a placement sometimes. So Angular ex. Please don't use any spaces, or else if you are creating some projects also, any folder or a file, please remember only one thing: don't give any spaces. You will face a problem. Some people will give the spaces in the image also, image name. Okay, please don't give that spaces. Angular example. If I press enter, It will ask it two questions. First, do you want to need routing? Click on Y. Y means yes. Okay, it will take the 2 to 3 minutes. So meantime, anybody wants to ask anything else?
Krishna, good morning, Krishna. Lakshman here.
Yeah, hi Lakshman, good morning.
Every time we need to connect the internet is once
No. On
one
initial setup,
project we can
correct.
download. Okay,
That's it.
okay,
That's it.
okay.
That's it. No need to worry about the every day. But so initially, while you install
Not
first
every
day,
day.
not
So
every day. First
each
day.
project we need to connect the internet.
So first day, while you are going to install all this setup by seeing this one, right, on the day itself to connect. Some people's pinging me, sir, it was not able to download, means the first need to connect the internet. Okay, on the first day itself, it will be enough.
No. Each project we need to connect the internet, or only
No.
one
Each
time.
project, no,
After that,
only one project. After that, everything setup will be there in your application. Okay, only one project initial setup.
okay.
No need to worry about
If I
the
am going to
next step.
tomorrow I'm going to create a second one project. So
No
that
need to
time we
connect.
need to connect in. Okay. So library will download in the local, right? So after that we can reuse the same.
Yes, we can reuse that
Okay, thank
libraries.
you.
So it will
Okay,
ask the
thanks.
two questions. So one, it will for the routing. So routing is, if you're clicking somewhere else, you are navigating, right? For example, Amazon, if you open Flipkart, if you open so website, if you open, click, it will navigate. So that will be by the routing. Default application require the routing. Click on Y and then enter. It will ask for the four questions. If you want CSS, SCSS. We'll see this one, how to SCSS. CSS is the classes, styles. SCSS is the little advantage than the CSS. Okay. SAS and less, two different variant are there, but SCSS is the success one, and we are going to use this one. Why? Because there is a number of advantages are there. We'll see that one. Simply cursor up and down, press enter. Once you press right, within a 5 to 10 minutes, based on your network first, so it will create, based on your RAM first, it will create one project for you. Okay, so same like these steps, I have created a batch 11. Okay, so in this project, all these node modules here, these node modules will help to compile your code. No need to worry, all this Angular folder structure in 1 hour we are going to see. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, maybe tomorrow day after, we'll see about the structure of the folder next. But browser understands JavaScript, that will be TypeScripts are compiled by using this node modules. Next, only our work inside of source only, inside of SRC folder. Okay, our work always will be inside of SRC folder. In SRC, sir, what are these? Are you created? No, these are the default. Once you created a Angular project by using this command, these are the default ones. So let me open Visual Studio Code. And remember, take only SRC path. You can able to take any path here. Please don't take this one. If you take node modules will become node modules having in terms of GBs, so the size in terms of 1000 MBs like that. Okay, please take SRC also. Otherwise, your Visual Studio will be slow. Next, how to take simple open Visual Studio Code. If any previous project, it will open like this, or else go to the file, open folder. So which folder we need to use? SRC only. SRC. SRC is nothing but source folder. The shortcut is SRC. So SRC is coming, right? Click on select folder. That's it. That's it. Your project will be loaded. So in this project, sir, I'm going to say about this one. This is the architecture of the Angular, and the folder structure. We're going to see this folder structure later. Okay. So we're having only one index.html file. Because of this only, this is called Angular is the single page application. Okay. Let us start. So any doubts as of now or any other questions? So before jumping and calling that one. No questions, right? Okay. So only index.html file will never change. Index.html file only one time change to give the bootstrap references. How to give this bootstrap references? So you hope everybody set up the project, not set up today, and open this one. Next, go to the site, simply bootstrap references. That's it. Go to here, Any link that will be fine. Any link in Google given the suggestions, right? Anything, any link you can able to go. Okay, you need the bootstrap.min.cs file. Okay, click on copy. So now I'm going to dictate about how to give the third party references. Okay, so this is the way you can able to give the third party reference. So in a real time, we don't have any third party. Always we are going to download correct. So how to download? Can somebody? So feel like it is one-to-one training, even though we have the 10 plus members also, no need to worry. I am going to dictate here from your home or from your um, hostel or wherever you are. Simply treat like I'm going to declare here, you are going to listen. If I ask the question, feel like I'm going to ask you only. You are there only. I'm explaining to you. Please follow like that. Okay. Okay. Even though members are there, leave for that one. So SAR is going to dictate there. I'm going to listen here. So how to give the third party references that will be give inside of index.html. So here you have the href, right? Take that href. Inside of href, you have the link. Click on save. Save as. Then this file will be saved into local computer and will give the reference also. How to give that reference from a local computer, we'll see later. Okay, so just by purpose in this session, so here is the place to give the third party reference. Now we'll get a one more doubt. Sir, this is the only place? No, we can give in the another JSON file also is there, but after folder structure, I will explain that on how to give the reference in the JSON. Index.html file will never change in our project. Okay, here I have a few other JSON files, angular.json, package.json, their JSON where we can able to include any third party libraries also. Okay, next CSSR references are given. Next, which reference I need to take? Bootstrap.javascript reference. Here you have the few other references, right? Only take the jQuery.slim.min.js, Popper, bootstrap.min.js. Out of these three, last one is enough, but sometime few functionalities you require this one. Sir, we are going to learn the TypeScript and the Angular. Why we need this one? So Bootstrap is proposed by the Twitter only for the appearance. So to make it as appearance, these are the default 4 files. They are saying that one, please install these 4 files. That's it. Other than that one, nothing is there. So I want only this one is enough for me as of now. I don't want others. Because in our project also, whatever you need, right, install those one only. Future, maybe I know I'm going to use this one, I will include means every time all these files will be downloaded. All these files will be downloaded. Okay, no need to worry. So this is the way we're going to give the third party references. Next. Okay, now my project is base project is ready. My base project is ready. How I can able to see this one in Chrome? So base project will be run in the local host 4200. Sir, how I know how this is? But as of now, it was in a TypeScript. Correct. As of now, it is in TypeScript. We need to convert to the JavaScript. So we need to compile. The process is called as compile. Whoever taking the notes, right? Please take the notes instead of the. So index.html include the references. Okay. This is the way we're going to give the third party references. Next, how to compile the code. So once you created the project, right? Inside of the project, so you're having the src folder and package.json folder. Wherever your package.json folder, that address you need to select it. Simply click on address bar. How I'm clicking, mouse down, type command. So which is the command? If they're already working on Angular, can you give me the which command you need to use for?
ng sir.
Correct, ng sir. What else?
Open //open npm start or else.
Correct, npm start. Correct, perfect. Any other options?
ng build for build the
Correct. So why these so options? So ng file for the building, ng is to serve to compile and serve npm start also. Npm start and ng is to serve perform the same operation, but what is the difference? Yes, there is a difference is there. So npm start is provided by the node package manager node.js to start the application, any application. Even though React and Angular, ng is serve only specific to Angular. Sir, it is specific to Angular. How it is implemented now? See here. See here. Here, just now Srikanth answer npm start. Npm start will be, see, once you press the npm start, it will call the ng server itself. Tomorrow, if anybody asks the question, what is the difference between npm start and ng server, take a note. There is no difference. If you press npm start, it will call the ng server. If you want, you can able to call the ng server directly also to compile your Angular application. Okay, but for the React, we are going to use the npm start only. What is the difference between npm start and ng server? See here, start prefix will be the npm. For all this one, npm build, npm watch, npm test, you can able to do, or else you can able to call ng serve, ng build watch, ng test for the Angular testing solution. Okay, ng serve, ng build, both ng start, both will be this. Sorry, ng serve, npm start, both are the same. But once you press the npm start, it will call the ng server. If you press the ng server directly, it will run the application. Okay, so let us call npm start. So it will take the 2 to 3 minutes based on your network performance of the computer. See here, once I press the npm start, what is done? ng server is calling, right? Now, Srikanth, you got the difference? What is the difference between npm start and ng server? Not only him, anybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so these type of all the things we need to know. So that tomorrow will be become a, so if you change the company, right? So in a one person saying that one, you run the npm start. Then we got the doubt. In my previous company, I'm using ng server. Maybe these guys are using nothing. So both are the same. Okay, it will take the 2 to 3 minutes.
Is there any performance issue between these both comments?
No,
Like
no.
ng server will
No.
take some time.
Nothing. No performance issue, nothing. Basically, it will depend on your computer. See here, once you run the task manager. So I will show that one. Okay, team, this meeting is going to end in a 15 seconds. So can you please everyone rejoin?
Yeah, sure.
Everyone please rejoin. Everyone please rejoin.